Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. First of all, I have to apologise for not uploading a video in like weeks and weeks, basically because time has gotten the better of me and I just haven't had the time to do a video. So now I've decided to do one because one of my favourite artists has just released their 4th album and I'm going to tell you what that is right now. So let's go! So yesterday, November 6th, one of my favourite artists, as I said, dropped their 4th album, and it is Grimes Archangels. Now, if you don't know who Grimes is, she is a Canadian sort of producer, DJ, artist, does pretty much everything, and she's like super intelligent, and she just literally is living like her electronic, music, DJ producer dream, and like her music is awesome. And her newest album, Archangels, let's just quickly take a look and just completely admire this amazing artwork right here. I mean, really, I can't even. It's just, she drew that herself. That's her own artwork that she's done. She's an amazing artist. She can like literally just create things, and it's just amazing. But the album itself, for Grimes fans, I mean, like her previous album, which was released about 3 years ago now, called Visions, which I have here. This is her album that she released in 2012. Again, flawless artwork. And her musical style, I'd sort of say, is sort of quite lo-fi, distorted, electronic alternative sort of music, which a lot of people really liked about her was that she was just completely on the other end of the scale, wasn't even anywhere near the commercial sort of branding that like most other people in the sort of big music industry pull it in, which made her really different. However, it's kind of become a little, I don't know if it is becoming a little bit jarring for people, this sort of complete sort of transition into pop, because this album Archangels is definitely in that sphere of like pop music, which some people will like and some people probably necessarily won't like. So let's get into some of the tracks. So the first track then, Laughing and Not Being Normal, is the opening track, and it's very much what you'd expect to hear from Grimes. I mean, she's got that really recognisable high-pitched vocal which everyone recognises from her, because that's sort of her style of singing. She like sings very like high-pitched, sort of almost unintelligible singing, and that's exactly what you get on this track. And it's very operatic, lots of instrumental, violin, and it's sort of like the prologue to the whole album, which is really good because it really sets you up for like something that's going to be really, really big. So with that, let's move on to the second track, which is California, something that you'd expect to hear on like on like a chart show or see in like the iTunes chart, because it sounds really commercial and it's got a really country vibe to it, and it's definitely like really, really poppy. But again, it's really upbeat, and it really gets you in the mood, and it like really lightens your spirit and makes you want to dance. So the next track on the album is called Scream, which features a Taiwanese rapper called Aristophanes, who I believe Grimes picked up on from SoundCloud. This really sort of goes back to her original style a lot more, where you can't really hear what's being said or sung, because obviously the singing is in a different language, and it's kind of quite a playful song, and it's very guitar based. I don't think it's necessarily one of my favourites on the album, just because I can't really understand like what is being said in the song, but again, it's just quite playful, and it's kind of quite aggressive as well. So with that, we can move on to the next track, which is the official first single from the album, which came out about a week before the album dropped, and it's called Flesh Without Blood. and the video for that is amazing. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go watch it, because it's just like a surreal sort of costumey get up of like everyone sort of dressing up in like, it's like fake blood, like Marie Antoinette costumes, angel wings, like playing video games sort of thing. And again, it's very poppy. It's one of the really poppy sounding songs from the album. So now I think I'm just going to go through some of my favourite tracks on the album and just highlight those really quickly. So I definitely say the title track Art Angels is up there, purely because it's just really refreshing, and it's sort of like an ode to her favourite city where she was born in Canada, Montreal. And you can really hear her lyrics when she says, I think I love you, like keep repeating it over and over again. Also, Kill V Name, which is a track where she's kind of like shrieking quite a lot, and it's quite electronic and, you know, quite fast paced and really dancey, and I really like that. Other ones are World Princess Part 2, which kind of reminds me a bit of like video gamey sort of other dimension kind of track, which is really cool, and I just really like the playfulness of it. And like again, you can just hear her like high-pitched vocals, and I don't really mind if you can't really hear what she's saying, because like that's all part of it. Another track is Reality, which was redone and put on this album. Reality is a track that's released in 2013 as just a standalone track, but obviously has put it on this new album and completely re-edited it and reproduced it. And I think it sounds way, way better than the one that she had previously. It's another upbeat song, really electronic, and yeah, it's just really bouncy. Like, it just feels like when you're listening to it, you can just like bounce along. Another standout track on there, which I think is really good, is Venus Fly, which features Janelle Monáe, who's done like loads of stuff with Fun and Pink. She's a really good vocalist, and she sort of does vocals in the background of this track. And if anything, it kind of is kind of like almost a feminist track. And the style of it is kind of like trap, hip hop meets synth electronic. And again, it's another upbeat track, and it's really, really good actually. Like, it's kind of quite an empowering song. So I think that's definitely up there with one of my favourites. It's Venus Fly featuring Janelle Monáe. This album as a whole, even though it's quite poppy, it's definitely just really upbeat and electronic, and it's just like a lot of fun really. I feel like Grimes has put all of herself into this album, and I think she's previously said that like this album feels like the first album like that she's properly done like a proper piece of work, like a body of work, if you know what I mean. Which I think maybe is true, but like even though some people might not necessarily like the style of pop music that she's put into this album, it's still Grimes. So if I had to describe this album in like a sentence or two, I'd sort of say that it reminded me a lot of sort of the past and the future merging together, and in the centre of that everyone's sort of like having a massive fancy dress party where like there's like video games and alcohol and like rave culture and sort of dimensions intertwining with each other. That sounds really bizarre, but that's what it reminds me of. If you get a chance, really like go and watch her stuff, and I'm seeing her live in March at Brookston Academy, and I can't wait because it's the first time I'm going to see her, and she mixes everything herself. She's like DJs herself, like literally it's all her. It all comes from her, which is why it's like so organic and just completely, in my eyes, like pretty perfect, to be honest. So with that, I really, really recommend Grimes, the artist, her new album Art Angels, and her absolutely amazing album artwork. It's just really cool, different music, and I keep saying I know it's like pop music, which people might not necessarily like who are fans of Grimes' previous style before, but it's just really fun, playful, like all of her own music, and she's really put everything into it, so it's amazing, so go and buy it. Hey guys, so we've come to the end of another one of my videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed my Grimes Art Angels review. I honestly can't get enough of listening to this album. It's so good. If you like electronic sort of pop music, definitely go and check it out. If you've not heard of or listened to any Grimes' previous work, definitely just go and check her out. If you want to see any of my previous videos, my American Horror Story reactions, you can click up here where the links are. Rate, comment, subscribe, I'd love to hear from you. And I would definitely try and get back onto my American Horror Story reaction series videos. Just remind me if you want me to do some more. So I will see you soon, guys. Bye!